Attention Lakers fans, get ready for an incredible turnaround. Today, we're revealing the Lakers' new starting lineup, and the changes are sure to blow your mind. Will these changes transform the team and take them to the top of the NBA? Don't miss what's coming up. You need to see this before the season starts. Let's find out together if the Lakers are ready to rock. And let's get to today's news, but first, just make sure you're already subscribed to the channel, because the next videos will be a series of content that will help you stay informed about everything related to the Lakers. Turn on the notification bell and select the All option, then we'll send you all the latest that comes out behind the scenes of the Lakers. Lakers fans, we have a goal of 100 likes to hit this video. In the last video, we hit the goal in less than an hour. Prove that you're a die-hard Lakers fan and leave a like so we can hit that goal soon. Hi guys, it's great to have you back. In my last video, we talked about an interesting competition and training camp between Dune, Connect Max Christie, and Cam Reddish. I mentioned that it's possible that Christie could earn a starting spot on the team. Now, I think that's very likely, although not guaranteed. I'm not just talking about Christie, but also about the possibility of them changing the starting lineup. LeBron and Anthony Davis will definitely stay on the team, but I don't think D'Angelo Russell will get the starting spot unless he's still on the team by then. Also, I wouldn't rule out that Austin Reeves or Rui Hachimura could be moved off the bench, which would open up some space in the starting lineup. So who knows, we could see some cool changes in the future. Look, I'm not saying that either of them will get moved, but I think it's more likely that at least one of them will change positions. In my opinion, Rui Hachimura is the most likely person to be moved, but that's not entirely certain yet. Now, who could fill in for them? They might go back to using someone like Jared Vanderbilt in the lineup, or they might go with a player who plays better as a three-point guard like Max Christie. Who knows? Let's take a look at everything before we make any decisions. So, let's get right to it. First, let's look at which players have a chance to earn a spot in the starting lineup. Then, I'll share what combinations I think would be the best. I'm already pretty sure that D'Angelo Russell, LeBron, and Anthony Davis will make the starting lineup. Now, as for the players, I don't think we'll make the cut. We have the newer players like Jalen Hood, Chino Maxwell-Lewis, and Bronny James, plus the backup center because I think AD will start at the 5 spot. I'm also going to rule out Gabe Vincent. While he's a good player, I don't think he'll start in the first game. Maybe he'll get a chance later if there's a trade or something, but not right now. Now let's look at this in a simple way. I'm going to list the options from least likely to most likely. Remember, this is just my opinion and you may feel differently. Let's start with Cam Reddish. I think he has a lower chance, but he still has something to offer. He started almost 30 games last season, but it was a roller coaster ride. He seemed like a fixture in the lineup until December, played pretty good defense, and even shot some average three-pointers. But then the old Cam Reddish came back and wasn't doing so well. He started to struggle on defense, was missing three-pointers, and on top of that, couldn't stay healthy. In my opinion, he didn't do enough to get back into the starting lineup. Maybe if he plays as well as he did last season, he could get a chance. But for now, it seems more likely that he'll be out of the rotation than a starter. Look, with Daylon and Connect coming in, and Christie's new 4-year, $32 million contract, he's being valued more for the future. This makes Reddish a third option between them. Of course, if he has a great training camp, things could change for him. I don't think he's a bad player, but he does have some risks, and the more important his role becomes, the greater those risks become. Let's talk about Max Christie. While I think he has a better chance than Cam Reddish, I still don't think he'll start in the lineup. I'm not saying it can't happen, especially if he has good players around him, but I think he still has a lot to show before he can start. Putting him in the lineup right away would be risky. I think he'll have a big role on the team, and that's good, but I don't think he'll start in the first game. But if we give it a month or two, that could change. As I've said before, Christie is one of the few players who can play as a 3-and-D forward, and that's a great type of player to play alongside LeBron and Anthony Davis. So, he may end up breaking into the starting lineup sooner than we think. Of course, he still needs to continue to play well as a 3D wing, which means he needs to shoot around 35% from 3 and be good on defense. I think he has a good chance of doing that. If the lineup they pick with LeBron doesn't work out, that could open up a spot for Christie, probably not in the first game, but they'll keep an eye on him and consider it. JJ Redick has talked a lot about players who are good at both offense and defense, and Christie is one of the few who fits that profile on the team. Now about Rui Hachimura. He was a starter last season, but he might not be next. That will depend on a few things. First, his health, which we don't know yet. He had to sit out the Olympics because of a calf injury, but that was more of a precaution. We don't know if it's serious yet. Also, how he plays defensively and how he plays with Reeves and Hachimura will also play a role. If he performs well in training camp, that will help determine the lineup. Benching Hachimura might not be a bad idea. He's never been a great fit as a starter. Don't get me wrong, he was great on offense, but he was lacking on defense. He has a hard time defending players who play on the wings because he doesn't move well sideways. He also doesn't have much defensive awareness. Even when he was guarding a slower player like Michael Porter Jr., he would easily get lost and get out of position. Since LeBron can't face those defensive challenges all the time anymore, the team has become more vulnerable. And since the point guards aren't the best either, the team has had to make some adjustments to improve. Hachimura has played very well on offense, shooting 42.2% from three-point range and scoring almost 14 points per game. But since the team already has a strong offense, he may end up on the bench, especially if he has any health issues. You might think that other players could step in for him, but most fans will bet on Jay Vanderbilt. He has a good case for it. Vanderbilt has already shown that he can be great at this position, even though he didn't play a single minute in the lineup last season. But he played very well last season, and we still have hope that he can help the team reach the conference finals again. Jay Vanderbilt may not be the best three-point shooter like Rui Hachimura, but he is undoubtedly the best defender on the team. He's great at defending outside linebackers because he can keep up with just about anyone. He's quick enough to get to point guards and tall enough to bother bigger players. While his three-point shot isn't perfect, he was improving before he got hurt last season. His defense makes up for it. He's also improved a lot in helping out around the basket and was the team's second leading rebounder, behind only Anthony Davis. Because of that, I think he has a good chance to start in the starting lineup from Game 1. Lastly, while Austin Reeves is a current starter, he may need to work harder to keep his spot. If Vanderbilt doesn't replace Hachimura, someone else might eventually replace Reeves. I think that's less likely, but you never know, especially with J.J. Redick at the helm. As for Reeves' defense, some people are saying he's not good, but I think they're overstating it. He was actually a good defender in some situations last season. He's not the best defender on the team, but he puts in the effort, and that's more than most other players do. In my opinion, the best thing for the team is to keep Reeves in the starting lineup, at least for now. I'm not totally against benching him, but right now I don't see a really good option to replace him. I really like Max Christie's potential, but he might not be ready to start yet. If you think about it, the best choice to improve the team's defense would be Jay Vanderbilt. So I think the best lineup would be the old lineup: D'Angelo Russell, Reeves, Vanderbilt, LeBron, and Anthony Davis. That lineup has taken the team to the conference finals before, and it could work well again. So now that we've covered all that, what do you guys think? How would you choose the players to start for the Lakers, and what will you watch the most during practice to make that decision? Let me know in the comments. The Lakers have a number of interesting options for their starting lineup, and there's a lot to consider when making the best choice. With LeBron James and Anthony Davis as the team's undisputed leaders, they should always be in the starting lineup. D'Angelo Russell has the potential to be the starting point guard, but his position could be up for grabs depending on how he fits into the team's dynamic and if there are any changes or trades. Austin Reeves is also a player who can contribute a lot, but his defense has been criticized. While some people are exaggerating, he needs to continue to show that he can improve on that front and justify his spot in the starting lineup. Rui Hachimura has done well offensively, but his defense has been lacking. Benching him could help maximize his effectiveness, allowing him to focus more on his offense while the team adjusts the defense with other players. Jared Vanderbilt seems like the best option to shore up the defense. While he isn't the best shooter, he is an exceptional defender and a good rebounder, which could be crucial for the team. Max Christie is a promising talent and could be a starter in the future, but he may not be ready for that right now. It would be wise to give him time to develop before moving him into the starting lineup. So if I had to pick the starting lineup, I would go with D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, Jared Vanderbilt, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. This combination provides a good balance between defense and offense and maintains the stability that has helped the team succeed in the past. During training camp, it is crucial to observe how each player performs in different situations and how they fit into the team. It is important to see how they play together and which combination provides the best overall performance. The team needs to test these options to find the best formation before deciding on the final lineup. Thank you for watching so far. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue receiving the next content, access our playlist that will appear on the screen, or in the pinned comment with all the latest news and updates from the Lakers, and stay up to date with the behind-the-scenes, highlights, last-minute controversies, transfers, everything about the Los Angeles Lakers team. Until the next video.